Guys, if you weren't aware already, I'm super excited for Luigi's Mansion 3. I've been waiting for this game to release for months now, and I can't believe it's finally happening within the next few days. I thoroughly enjoyed the original and absolutely love Dark Moon, so it's only natural for me to be this hyped for the third installment. So hey, what's going on Jigsaw fam? JigsawFlex here, and I hope you all enjoyed today's video where I'll be counting down my top 5 reasons as to why Luigi's Mansion 3 is an exciting title. And yes, I know the game is out for many reviewers, but I don't really care, so yeah, let's get this started. Starting off this list, we have the visuals and cinematics. When I first saw the opening scene during E3, I remember my jaw actually dropping. There's just so much detail being put into this project, such as Mario and Peach sharing smiles after the bus hit a road bump, the film director, Morty, showing so much compassion towards his lost megaphone, and King Boo looking super scarier than he already is compared to previous entries. Let's also not forget to mention that this will be the first game in the series to ever be shown in HD. The first two games didn't look bad at all in my opinion, but Luigi's Mansion 3 will definitely be a huge upgrade for both handheld and on TV. I'm actually looking forward to seeing the multicolored ghosts pop up more, and actually can't wait to see those amazing displayed sceneries through those viewfinders in that one movie set level. Overall, Next Level Games has done an incredible job making the game look presentable. I actually never really expected LM3 to include so many crisp animations and other visual details, but you know, I'm actually glad they did it. It gives the game more depth, and it makes you feel emotions for scenes like this.
Night night. Night night.
Next up, we have the eye-catching themes. Now, I don't know the exact names of all of these just yet, since I'm not one of those YouTubers that receive review copies early, but what I do know is that there's going to be a lot of them in this game. I heard there's roughly around 17 floors, which likely means there will be 17-ish themes inside this one hotel. What I disliked about Luigi's Mansion 1 was the fact that there wasn't much diversity per room. I don't necessarily hate that since it makes sense and it actually takes place in one mansion, but it did get repetitive seeing similar looking rooms. Dark Moon did a better job implementing different themes, but it wasn't anything too amazing. I felt like they were your generic sand world or ice world that you find in titles such as New Super Mario Bros. So yeah, what I love about the themes in Luigi's Mansion 3 is the fact that each of them look pretty unique and original. I keep mentioning the movie set, but it's true that we haven't seen anything like this before. I'm so captivated by floors like this one, as they don't look recycled at all. The museum, the shops, the dance hall, the medieval coliseum, they all look like they were created with a desire to be different. Now, I know I said I loved Dark Moon earlier, however, that doesn't mean that the game didn't have its flaws though. What I disliked about Dark Moon was the fact that there were separate mansions and that each floor was treated in a more level-to-level like basis. This is one of the cases where I actually prefer the first game over the second one, because in my opinion, the first game does the exploration aspect better, with having you roam around one mansion instead of multiple, while not restricting you on how far you can go every half an hour or so. So yeah, I'm actually very glad Next Level decided to return to the roots of the original Luigi's Mansion. In some sense. One mansion, or in this case one hotel, seems to be more natural than incorporating multiple. I also heard from YouTubers such as GameXplain that the game itself doesn't actually operate in a level-to-level type basis like the second game, which is another plus for me and for other fans because, well, we got more freedom. In addition, portrait ghosts make a return, but are now called boss ghosts. We are expected to see one in each floor, so we may be talking about 17-ish boss ghosts here in Luigi's Mansion 3. I'm totally fine with this as numbers aren't really a huge issue. I'm just glad that we get to see this idea again because it gives the ghosts more personality and diversity. Honestly, I'll admit, Dark Moon got a little boring at times seeing the same 4 to 5 colored ghosts. The ghosts themselves deserve more diversity since they're one of the biggest entities you'll ever encounter in the whole entire game. Sitting at number 2, we have Luigi's Mansion 3's new and improved gameplay. Based on what I've seen and heard, the game will play like Dark Moon. This is great for me, at least, because I'm a fan of Next Level incorporating things such as the strobe bulb and dark light to enhance gameplay. These two created more depth to puzzles and positively added on to whatever the original Luigi's Mansion lacked. However, the third game takes gameplay a step further by implementing new moves such as slam, burst, exhaust, and suction shot. With these moves, there will certainly be more cool and creative puzzles that we've always loved solving in previous entries. Slam is great because you can actually take one ghost and slam it to another, and the option to push ghosts away with exhaust seems to be a very helpful move. I'm also glad Luigi is back from Luigi's Mansion 3DS, and I love how you can rely on him to get through sticky situations. I'm interested in seeing what he can do on later floors, and I was very pleased to see him help Luigi defeat that Japanese monster during that one E3 showcase. It just goes to show that Luigi will play a prominent role in other boss fights and throughout the whole entire game. The gameplay is definitely a huge reason as to why Luigi's Mansion 3 is exciting. And finally guys, at number 1 we have the outstanding replayability that is to come. After beating the game the first time, I'm actually planning to play it again, but this time with one of my friends. What's great about story mode is the fact that a friend can hop in at any point you want. Luigi isn't just a gimmick for one player, the second player can physically control him too. The only catch is that he or she will have a fourth of Luigi's health, which is reasonable because Luigi himself can just respawn him at any given point, as long as he's alive that is. This may be super helpful when you play the game the second time on the harder difficulty. And to add, Scarescraper makes a return, but is of course upgraded compared to the original. We can now play up to 8 players in total compared to the predecessor's 4. It'll be super crazy if I actually manage to find 7 other people to play, and I can't imagine what the frame rate will actually be when everyone is in that one room, each of us trying to capture a single ghost, but you know, that's the fun of it, I don't really care. There's also going to be new items and upgrades such as the super strobe that can flash most or all of the ghosts in one room, the vacuum backpack, which is like a super suction that does more damage to ghosts, and the track detector helmet, I believe that, you know, well, I guess traps, you know, I'm not questioning that because it's Nintendo and they're known for wacky stuff, but yeah. And lastly, there's Scream Park, which can basically be described as Mario Party, except the minigames are more team-based. I'm pretty excited to try this mode out, as Ghost Hunt, Cannon Barrage, and Coin Floating look pretty fun with friends. It's like playing the arcade version of Luigi's Mansion, except it's not the actual physical thing that's in Dave & Buster's, it's just its own like physical entity, but it's good to see an arcade-like version of Luigi's Mansion where you can just hop in and play just random minigames. It's also good to note, by the way guys, that both Scream Park and Scarescraper will have future paid DLC, where they'll be basically adding new modes for all of us Luigi's Mansion fans to enjoy. And there you have it guys, 5 reasons why I believe Luigi's Mansion 3 is an exciting title. Are these reasons enough for you to pick up the game this Halloween, or will you pass or save up for another game such as Pokemon Sword and Shield? Knowing me, I'm probably going to get both just because I'm a slave to Nintendo and their products, but yeah, that's a different story. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed today's video. If it was super helpful or just simply entertaining, by all means feel free to drop a like and subscribe for more Nintendo content in the future. For more Luigi's Mansion, check out my Luigi's Mansion 3 stream playlist that will be live within the next few days. Until then, JigsawFlex out!